Have you ever wondered what you need to do to attract wealth, abundance, and prosperity into your life? Have you ever thought about whether one simple mind switch might allow you to manifest everything you desire? Perhaps you've always believed that you need to work extremely hard or know the right people to get ahead. Or perhaps you've even thought that the answer lay in the law of attraction. Now, what if I were to tell you that the secret to attracting wealth and abundance lies in none of those things? That you don't need to work hard, you don't need to know the right people, and you don't need to waste hours of your time learning about the law of attraction. What if I were to tell you instead that the secret to manifesting everything your heart desires lies within you already and is yet to be released? And until an underground shaman revealed this astonishing secret to me as I lay helpless by the side of the road, I had no idea how powerful this secret mind switch was either. But this switch, this simple function which lies within you right now, ready to be activated, is the only thing that is needed to bring you the wealth and abundance that you always dreamt about. In fact, over the course of the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal to you a secret that will feel like a heavenly light is shining down upon you. And once you've activated the secret mind switch, you're going to feel energized, uplifted, and reborn as all of your regrets, negative thoughts, and personal failures are washed away by a healing tide. In a mere moment, you will feel more confident, joyous, and motivated than ever before as you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. And once you begin to emit positive energy, you can have limitless access to the most cherished energy source in the modern world: money. Now, I understand that you might be a little skeptical. After all, it all sounds a little too good to be true. But by the end of the short video, you'll understand how this one little mind switch has the power to change your life forever. And has done so not only for me, but for thousands of others who now live incredible lives full of wealth, abundance, and happiness. But before I reveal what this shocking secret is, please do allow me to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Stephen Mitchell, and believe me when I say that while I now live a life full of abundance, it really hasn't always been this way. In fact, for much of my adult life, I lived a life of anxiety, depression, and despair. The truth is that ever since I dropped out of college at the age of 19, I was a dreamer. For some reason, I'd always longed to be famous, so I tried my hand at acting, at songwriting, at performing, at all the things which took hours out of somebody's life while furnishing their bank account with basically nothing. And it was during this time that I married my childhood sweetheart, Monique. In true dreamer style, we took a flight over to Vegas that I could barely afford and got hitched right there, right then. Despite our financial situation, we were, for a time, blissfully happy, and we quickly welcomed two amazing twins, Patricia and Maria, into the world. I started to work a bunch of part-time jobs alongside my extremely badly paid extras roles, and Monique chipped in where she could to make ends meet. But having twins is expensive, and we soon started to become desperate. I gave up on trying to become famous in order to try and find a stable job to support my family. But I was a college dropout, no qualifications, and the only jobs I could find paid only a little better than the part-time jobs I'd been doing before. I was desperate to provide my family with the life they deserved, and I kept going as best as I could. But every day was like Groundhog Day. And it seemed no matter how hard I worked, the bills each month always came to more than the pay packet I was bringing in. And that's when it happened. I turned to drink. Beer at first, then whiskey, then absolutely anything I could get my hands on. I was a failure, a wreck, a man that couldn't even take care of his own family. And I started drinking more and more. I thought I'd hit rock bottom, but little did I know the worst was yet to come. After stumbling home drunk one night, after I'd hit the Jack Daniels hard after working a late shift, Monique told me that she'd had enough. She couldn't have our children see me like this, and she asked me to leave and not come back until I turned my life around. That was the lowest point. It was a dagger to my heart, because I knew she was right. I was nothing, a useless drunk who couldn't even provide for his own family. And it was at that moment that I knew that something inside of me had to change. So the next day, after spending the night on a work colleague's sofa, I vowed to change the way I had thought about life. I was going to be more positive, more open to new things. I was going to knock the drink on the head, and I was going to find a way to make a success of my life and win my family back. And I did quit the drink for one day. Yep, 24 hours later, I was back on the booze again, and this time my work colleague was not quite so forthcoming when I asked to stay a bit longer on his sofa. So that was me, with barely a cent to my name until payday and now completely homeless. After that date, I grabbed a bottle of the cheapest, nastiest liquor I could find, sought out a quiet bench at the end of a busy street and drank, until I eventually passed out. Some hours later, when I woke feeling somewhat worse for wear, I was no longer alone on that street side bench. A very smartly dressed man with a warm, beaming smile was perched in the little gap left between my feet and the end of the bench. Now, I'm not sure what it was, a sign from God or the universe perhaps, but I instantly knew that this man was there to help me. He possessed an aura of warmth and kindness and I'd never experienced before. I'd felt 100 different emotions at once, all while feeling entirely serene. He told me that his name was Aaron Surtees. He was a world-famous hypnotherapist from the United Kingdom and that he was there to help me. He explained to me that everything in life happens for a reason, that the universe had a way of guiding him to those who were in the most need of his help, and that this was his calling in life. He promised me that there was a way out of my suffering and that he could be my guide. For a few moments, I sat in silent contemplation. I was stunned. It was as though this stranger had some kind of psychic ability. He had been guided straight to me. But why me? Was this a trap? I had so many questions, and I knew there was only one way to get answers. And so, putting my doubts and fears aside, I accepted his offer to join him for a coffee in the small coffee shop across the road. Spending time with Aaron felt like meeting an old friend and a Zen Buddhist master at the same time. Time escaped us as we made our way through numerous matcha lattes as the evening drew on. And what Aaron told me shocked me to my very core. Aaron explained that new studies in the world of hypnosis, and verified time and time again by scientists, had shown that humans only use 9 of the 10 switches programmed in their minds, which means that one of those switches lies dormant within all of us, yet to be activated. Why is this important? Because it's within this 10th switch where our wealth magnet is located. It is the wealth magnet that is responsible for our ability to attract wealth and abundance into our lives. And yet, for 99.99% of the world's population, that switch has not yet been activated. Aaron also explained that thanks to advancements in medical technology, scientists have been able to use the latest neurological scanning equipment to investigate changes in the brain while a person is under hypnosis. And what they found has been nothing short of astounding. Hypnosis actually has the power to change electrochemical activity in the brain, moving brain activity away from the default mode network and towards the prefrontal lobes. And when a highly skilled spiritual healer, such as Aaron, induces a seeker into a state of hypnosis, the healer can reprogram the seeker's mind, and most crucially of all, can switch on the crucial 10th switch in that person's mind, enabling him not only to replace all of the negativity within that person with confidence, motivation, positivity, and high self-esteem, but also giving them the ability to freely receive incredible monetary wealth. 99% of the population have this 10th switch obscured by something that Aaron calls mind fog. But to be more technical, mind fog is, in essence, when the electrons in your brain are vibrating at a low frequency. And when a person's vibration is low, they attract low-frequency things, such as demotivation, lousy jobs, toxic relationships, depression, poor health, and even poverty. The only way to change your life in any positive, meaningful way is by raising your vibration to a level which enables that 10th switch to be turned permanently on in your mind. And that's where Aaron's unique powers can help you. Because while Aaron has helped countless struggling individuals to lose weight, quit smoking, and find love by reprogramming their subconscious minds, Aaron's forte is what he calls a wealth mind switch, in which he switches that 10th switch on inside a person's mind, allowing them to suddenly manifest incredible sums of money. In fact, when Aaron has activated that 10th switch within your mind, you may never have to worry about money ever again. Money to free yourself from debt, to buy a luxury mansion, or to cruise the winding roads of the Swiss Alps in your new sports car. It could just flow into your life effortlessly, as if some kind of higher power is sending it to you, each time in a new and more incredible way. And while it will seem coincidental, you will know that it's all the work of Aaron's wealth mind switch, activating that dormant 10th switch within your mind. After our long chat in the coffee shop, I agreed to let Aaron work his magic on me. And so the following morning, Aaron began the cleansing process of reprogramming my unconscious mind, ridding my brain of negativity and gradually raising my vibration to a level at which he could activate the vital 10th wealth magnet switch within my mind. Aaron's voice was calm and soothing as he spoke to me. I felt more at ease than I'd ever felt in my entire life. I was in a state of relaxed, concentrated awareness. As Aaron spoke, I could feel a heavy weight lifting from my shoulders, negativity leaving my mind, and positive energy flooding my entire body. It was Nikola Tesla that once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Aaron explained that the default position of the human mind is to vibrate at an average or below average frequency, thus preventing wealth and abundance from flowing into us. And while the idea of frequency and vibration is nothing new, the discovery of the missing 10th wealth magnet switch in our mind is only known to just a handful of individuals in the world of hypnosis. And what makes it even more incredible is that Aaron is one of only 4 or 5 people in the world with the spiritual ability to reprogram a person's mind in order to activate that wealth mind switch. The truth is, the 10 switches that we possess within our minds affect what we attract. And whilst 9 of these 10 switches are permanently activated within us, the level at which we vibrate dictates the way in which we live our lives. Think of it like this. While you know that within your own mind, 9 of your 10 mind switches are activated, some will only be activated at half power, a quarter power or less. So if your life is filled with love from family and an ideal partner, then the chances are that the switch within your mind that attracts love and friendship is vibrating at full power on a high frequency. For those others not so fortunate in their personal relationships, that switch will be vibrating on a much lower frequency. But what we also know is that in 99.99% of the population, the mind's 10th switch lies dormant and remains deactivated. Even millionaires and billionaires have gained their wealth not through activating that switch, but by vibrating at a much higher frequency within the other switches in their mind, which control aspirations, motivation, and hard work. To activate that 10th switch means something different and gives a person the almost magical ability to attract wealth and abundance effortlessly, as if becoming a magnet for money. 2 days after our initial meeting, I met up again with Aaron at the very same coffee house. Aaron asked me how I'd been doing since our session, and while I felt much more positive about my life, had secured some temporary accommodation, and spoke regularly with my family, I hadn't actually manifested any of the wealth that I'd been hoping for, now that my mind's 10th switch had been activated. Aaron smiled and told me not to worry. I was now ready for the final step in my journey. He then proceeded to hand me over a small slip of paper with a code written on it. It said 1.3824. I was confused. "What is this?" I asked, starting to feel a little worried that I was being duped. "That," Aaron said, "is the key to everything your heart desires." Aaron explained that this number, 1.3824, was the exact frequency at which he was able to activate my mind's 10th wealth magnet switch, and that my knowledge of this number was crucial to increasing the frequency at which this switch was vibrating in order for me to attract the wealth and abundance that I desired. "Keep this number," he said, "until you have memorized it and know it by heart. Treasure this number, for it is what you have been searching for." And with that, Aaron smiled, shook my hand, and left. And so I did as Aaron instructed me. I kept that slip of paper with me until the number 1.3824 was a number that simply rolled off my tongue. That's when something absolutely extraordinary happened. No more than a few hours later, after I'd committed that number to memory, I received an exciting phone call from my wife. "Stephen, you did it, you did it." My first thought was simply, what did I do? And what is my wife so suddenly excited about? Turns out that my name had been picked out as the winner of a bond scheme prize draw. and that I'd won over $88,000, which was pretty crazy, as it was a scheme that my parents had invested only a little money into on my behalf when I was a kid. From then on, everything changed. Firstly, my wife granted me a second chance to be back with her and our daughters. She was stunned at what the session I'd had with Aaron had done for me. While before I was fragile and desperate, I now radiated positivity, happiness, and success. And it was then that some of the most bizarre things happened. First, one of my work colleagues suggested I invest just a little of the money I'd won into some new gaming crypto coin that I had never heard of. I was skeptical, of course, but with that number etched into my brain, I thought, hell, why not? Within just a few weeks, that thing had turned the $500 I invested into a little over $150,000. Not only that, but I was suddenly contacted by a top casting agency who told me that they loved some of my voiceover work. Within the next month, I had 2 successful auditions for some incredibly well-paid work, 1 gig on a commercial and 1 on a TV documentary. This was insane. But yet, I knew it was all down to Aaron's activating of my secret 10th switch within my mind. I mean, honestly, money was literally falling into my lap. I'd gone from an estranged, down and out drunk to a highly successful entrepreneur in a matter of weeks. Which got me thinking. I was so grateful to have met Aaron, but I couldn't help thinking how amazing it'd be to find a way for him to activate that incredible secret 10th switch within the minds of so many more people. Aaron's mission in life is to help and to heal as many people as possible, but he's limited by his one physical body, and at this point, by thousands and thousands of miles, as he's had long since returned to his practice in London, England. Aaron had totally changed my life, which got me thinking. Aaron had activated my wealth mind switch by reprogramming my mind through the serenity of his words. And while it would be physically impossible for him to do this in person for thousands of people, I wondered whether he might be able to make an audio recording of those exact words so that people from all around the world would be able to benefit from his unique powers. I had kept in contact with Aaron via email and thanked him multiple times for what he had done for me. So when I emailed him my idea, I hoped it wouldn't sound like I was being ungrateful. I needn't have worried. Aaron loved the idea. Yet at the same time, he wasn't 100% sure that it would work. While he wasn't new to making audio hypnosis recordings, this wealth mind switch was only ever something he'd done in person. But with this said, he was more than willing to give it a go. And so that's what Aaron did. The very next morning, I received an email from him with a little MP4 file attached. The email read, "Get somebody you know to give this a shot. Ensure that they are relaxed and alone in a quiet room and listen to the track in its entirety. Then the next day, share the very same frequency reading with them that I shared with you." The first person I gave the recording to was my brother, Richard. He had also been really struggling financially after losing his job in the shipping industry. Richard listened to the audio, which lasted just 12 minutes, and the next day I gave him the frequency reading and told him to memorize it. Within a matter of weeks, Richard had been given a job offer in a managerial position at a far larger company than the one he had previously worked at, on a large 6-figure salary. From there, I tried the same thing with other family members and friends. Each of them listened to Aaron's audio file, then memorized the frequency number. And one by one, their 10th mind switch was activated. Every single one of them had their lives completely transformed. Having told Aaron the good news, we both knew that we had to share this incredible breakthrough with the public. So today, I'm delighted to introduce you to Aaron's Wealth Mind Switch. It's the only audio track that's proven to activate your mind's 10th wealth magnet switch, and it does so effortlessly and in just 12 short minutes. You will never find an opportunity like this again. While people continue to struggle by in these difficult times, grinding themselves into the dirt, working every hour God sends, you can just relax, pop in a set of headphones, listen for just 12 minutes, and see the incredible change that this can bring into your life, all by allowing Aaron to switch on that vital 10th switch within your mind. I don't want you to have to struggle by in some dead-end job, yet still end up broke. I don't want you to waste your money on the lotto, some crazy investment, or worse, still get caught up in some get-rich-quick scheme. I don't want you to feel that way that I felt, unable to support your family. I don't wish that feeling upon anyone. I don't want you to have to experience any of that, which is why I'm so absolutely thrilled to share Aaron's Wealth Mind Switch with you today. Because I want you to get out of the rat race, working for a boss that you despise. I want you to be able to forget about financial burden. And I want you to experience what it's like to attract genuine wealth and prosperity. The reality is that it has never been so difficult to get ahead in life, no matter how hard you work. As the cost of living increases and bills and food prices skyrocket, it's hard for even some of the most successful people to keep their heads above water. So if you're experiencing difficulties right now, then believe me when I tell you that it's really not your fault. But now you know what could happen to you if that 10th mind switch were to be activated. You could be one of the thousands of other people to experience this wealth mind switch to completely transform their lives. Like Sally from Dallas, Texas, who says, "I'd always felt I was missing something, but nothing I tried ever worked. I looked into the law of attraction and even tried investing in some crazy Ponzi schemes. Everything was hopeless until I listened to Aaron's audio. Just a few months on, and I'm now making money in a variety of different ways, none of which I realized were even possible. Discovering the Wealth Mind Switch has changed my life. I'd recommend it to anybody." Or George from Boulder, Colorado. "I had almost hit rock bottom. I'd lost my job thanks to COVID, and I had no idea where to turn to. Yet, out of nowhere, a friend told me about the Wealth Mind Switch, and things turned around almost instantly. Once my wealth magnet switch was activated, I suddenly had the motivation to take a business opportunity that I never thought myself good enough for, working with a trusted friend, and we're seeing profits of over $50,000 a month." And Tasha from Toronto, Canada wrote, "I was on my own with 2 kids and really struggling to get by. Then I heard about the Wealth Mind Switch and everything changed. Since then, money has started to appear in my life in all kinds of different ways. In fact, I'm now in a loving relationship with a millionaire who is also the man of my dreams. I never have been happier." So what you're now thinking is, this all sounds wonderful, but what can I do to activate my mind's 10th switch and make that wealth mind switch work for me? Well, let me tell you. It really is extremely simple. All you need to do is sit or lie down alone in a quiet room, relax, then listen to the 12-minute audio track that I'm going to give you today. Then live your life as normal. Then the next day, I'll send you the frequency number for you to memorize, and that's it. It really is that easy. From that point onward, your 10th mind switch will be activated. You could see money, wealth, and abundance simply flow into your life. That's exactly what happened to me, my brother, and to the thousands of other people who have already tested Aaron's Wealth Mind Switch. But I have to warn you, this webpage will not be here forever. This incredible discovery is simply too powerful, and while Aaron would dearly love to help everybody attract wealth and abundance, he's also aware that if too many people were to hear about this, then the world's elites and 1%ers would have the power to make life very difficult for him. These people own 99% of the world's wealth, and they want to keep it that way. If too many people know about Aaron's incredible discovery, then their dominance would be threatened. So we are only able to accept a limited number of people before we close this website for our own personal safety. So if you want in on this, if you want your mind's 10th switch to be activated, then I urge you not to hesitate and to secure your copy of the Wealth Mind Switch. And let me assure you right now, for me, this is not about making money. I already have more than enough of that since Aaron came into my life. But I remember my own struggle when times were so tough. And if I can help just a handful of people to get out of that predicament, then I know I've done something good. And I believe everybody should have the opportunity to activate their mind's 10th switch. Of course, the true value of the Wealth Mind Switch is unquantifiable. How can anyone put a price on the ability to manifest unlimited wealth? To even come close to valuing this method, you would need to attach a price tag of tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. But luckily for you, Aaron is also not in this for the money. He has been crystal clear from day one that helping people is his calling in life. And in order to help as many people as possible, he has made the wealth mind switch as affordable as possible. Our mission is to activate the 10th wealth mind switch in as many people as possible before it becomes too risky to keep this website up. And charging an extortion fee would obstruct access to the very people that we really want to help. That's why the price you're going to pay doesn't even cover a fraction of Aaron's production costs. And that's because the total costs for this incredible mind switch activation audio track is no more than the low price you see on the screen. All you have to do is click the button below this video and we can get started. The Buddha once said, "What you are is what you have been. What you'll be is what you do now." Now is the time to take action. Now is the time to transcend. But if you're at all unsure, please allow me to calm your cautious mind, because when you sign up to Aaron's Wealth Mind Switch today, your purchase will be protected by a 60-day satisfaction guarantee. So no matter what happens, your investment will be protected. But I can assure you that there is no reason whatsoever for doubt or fear, because this incredible mind switch activation method has worked for thousands of everyday people, and it can work for you too. Before long, when you're holding that much-needed cash in your hands, all of your worries could be a distant memory, and you'll look back on this moment and breathe a sigh of relief and thank the universe for giving you the courage to take action and sign up today. There's an ancient Chinese proverb that goes, "The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now." It does not matter who you are, how bad things have gotten in your life, or the mistakes you've made in the past. All that's important now is the decision you make today to activate your wealth mind switch and accept limitless wealth into your life. Laid out before you are two paths. To your left is the tired path you've been trudging your whole life, the path of failure, struggles, and suffering. To your right is a brighter path, the path to enlightenment and honoring your highest self. It is time for you to make a choice. Which path are you going to take? But choose wisely, because once you step that first foot forward, there is no going back. And as soon as you accept this incredible opportunity, you will have instant access to this amazing digital audio track. No shipping, no waiting. It will be there for you as soon as you've joined. But that's not all you'll get if you place your order right now, because Aaron has agreed to throw in a few free gifts when you grab your copy of the Wealth Mind Switch today. Firstly, bonus number 1, energy. In this recording, Aaron will reprogram your mind for accumulating positive energy and generate positive energy from your external environment, such as from the air or from other positively charged successful people. This has a value of $97. Next, bonus number 2, divinity. When you play this track, Aaron will enable you to connect to your core universal energy and transcend toward your highest self. This is valued at $147. And then bonus number 3, power. With this track, you will begin to anchor personal armor to deflect all negative energy that comes your way. This one is valued at $197. So that's 3 bonuses with a combined value of $441, and they are yours for free when you order the Wealth Mind Switch today. Just click on the Add to Cart button below the video right now. Once you've joined, you'll be able to download the 12-minute audio track to either your cell phone or computer. Then, when you're alone and feeling totally relaxed, go ahead and listen to the track and allow Aaron to activate your Wealth Mind Switch. The very next day, I'll email you the simple yet vital frequency reading. If you do this, then I am absolutely certain that you can start seeing money appear in your life very quickly. Now, of course, that money, wealth, and prosperity appears in different ways for different people. I cannot predict that path it will take for you, but be sure that you will know when you see it. If you cross off this page now, you may never again be given the opportunity to choose the path of enlightenment. Aaron would love to help the world with his unique powers, but that simply isn't possible. This is why it is vital that you click the button below this video and allow Aaron to activate your wealth mind switch right now. Hesitation could mean missing out on an opportunity to live the magical life of abundance that you've always dreamed of. When you are in possession of limitless mind-altering power at the push of a button, you could be able to manifest $500, $1,000, $10,000, or even $50,000. And over the course of months, if not years, you could even manifest $1 million or more. In a matter of minutes, with Aaron's help, you could be tuned into your highest self. And as your vibration rises, you can draw towards you only love, joy, and money. Negative energy and bad karma will be kept away by your powerful aura. So click the button below this video and place your order with zero risk to you, as you're backed by our 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I made this so it would be a no-brainer decision for you today. After all, what have you got to lose? The decision you make right now may be the most important decision you will ever make. You can choose to ignore everything you've heard in the last few minutes and continue to live life without the success you deserve. Or you could choose a different path, a path of wealth, of money, of happiness, and abundance. We both know that if you don't choose to take the second path and to activate your wealth mind switch, then your life will stay exactly the same as it is today. And maybe you're happy with that. But honestly, you deserve so much more. I believe that you landed on this page for a reason today, and that you are ready to make this change. The universe is calling you. Click the button below to activate your wealth mind switch and to manifest wealth into your life right now. And remember, this is risk-free for 60 days, so you have nothing to lose. Activate your wealth mind switch now. Click the button below this video right now, and all that you desire could soon be yours.